Hello and welcome back. Today we are back with our regularly scheduled programming, and we will be continuing with our Fanhome Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord build. We are now on part 59 and we are pretty much halfway through this build. If you saw some of the videos on the build of the premium base, you will know that I have received a PDF format for the missing pages of the instructions. So if anyone is after those, I will add a Google link in the description. Otherwise, we will be continuing with our Tyrannosaurus build. So without further ado, it is building time. Okay, so part 59 is continuing with the Tyrannosaurus torso. So open that up, put that to one side. Where did my... There, grab my screwdriver. There we go. Put that to one side. And so first up, we need to take the end of this, and we need to take our shock absorber, and this will fit into here like so. That's a nice simple fit. And then this will screw on with 2 PWM screws. As always, we get 2. These are our PWM screws. So bring in our Tyrannosaurus torso, and this will fit like so onto the torso, and then we can screw this in. One. Two. 3 and 4. Three. And number 4. Is it like so that we have that there, and that will allow the leg to rotate by the looks of things. Oh, that is a tough piece. Then with that assembled, we need to assemble our clip. This is made of a die-cast metal, and we have our need our other screw. Come on. And this will screw in. Right, so there is a lip on our screw port here, which will connect like so, and that should line up, and then that will screw in theory. hate these long narrow bits because the screw just doesn't want to go in. There we go. There we go. That is our skirt piece done, and that goes to one side, and that is part 59 done. We can move on to part 60. However, I'm going to be a little sneaky, and I am going to skip. Oh no, I do need to. That's fine. I'm going to continue with part 60. Originally I was going to move over and do the other side, however part of that build is in here. So it looks like regardless we will be continuing with our left hip. Pieces out, so we've got some more clip. We have our left. Oh, I didn't even see that washer there. We have our screws. So our PWB screws. And our PWM. Oops, one's flying away. We go to one side. Work out our hip pieces. And that is part 60 pieces sorted. So initially we need to take 60.1, which is this piece here, and we take 60.3, which should be this. Well, of course it's not clear. Well, that's 60.4, and this is 60.3, I believe. It's not particularly clear, as always. What's that? No. Because the pictures are absolutely awful, that is your pictures of 60.3 and 60.4. It's very hard to work out. However, on very close examination, 60.3 is the one with the rectangular peg hole. And then this will come in and connect. That will sit like that, and then two PWB screws will go at either side. That will be one. And then two. That in and sorted. This then connects onto our leg here, and it just pushes into the connector. I can go back over there for a minute. T-Rex is now top heavy. Then we need to bring in our skirt, and this will go in like so. Then we need our connector pieces and snip those out. There we go. That. We need our washer and a screw. So this will go like that. That will. Right, okay, there is a indent on the screw port here, and there is a lip on this piece, so they go one certain way. So let's make sure, get those up the right way, and then you need a PWB screw. So, oh, come on. That. That screwed in nice and tight. Then this will slide in here apparently. That can't be right. Look carefully at the image. Yeah, like you can see the image. Fit the left hip swivel piece into the bottom of the left hip core. So, so the image is terrible as always. As far as I can tell, the hip piece just sits in that tray there, and then is quite free to move around. Then looks like we bring in our other side, and that will go over the skirt and over the shock absorber. And then in theory a couple of PWB screws should hold this into place. That's one. Two. And three. Then that is that done. Presumably this is for the calf connector. While it feels quite thick and sturdy, I do worry that given the weight of everything else, that doesn't seem that thick to provide an ongoing support, but I guess we'll see once this is all finished. Bring in our hip connector, and then this will slide in like so, and we need 2 PWB screws there and there. Okay. Oops, 1. 1. And then 2. Okay, that's those done. Then we bring in, insert the back cover plate into the back cover plate 1 and fit the post on the cover plate. Okay, so first up, this will clip in like so. That's a nice firm fit, so glue isn't going to be required there. And shoot. Instructions again. Right. It's such a firm fit. Oh, there we go. Right. So this piece is supposed to go in like so first. Then, ow, one of the plastic bits snapped. That's fine. I do have some glue. Right, have some more glue. There we go. Okay, so. Shoot. There we go. That's all fixed. Good as new. There we go. So be mindful of that. Be careful. It is easy to break it. Right, it then wants us to screw this piece in. However, I'm going to leave that off. I'm going to open part 61 because there is the shock absorber piece, and I think it would be worth having the shock absorber installed first, like the left side. So have our screws. As before, that will connect with that, that will go in there, this will come over and screw into there, or it won't because it's at an angle. Try that again. screwed in nice and tight. That can go to one side. We need to take our shock absorber and plug that in the same way we did the opposite side. That can go to one side there. That can come over here. Then this will screw in exactly as the other one. That's one. Two. Three. And 4. And then it wants us to take the hip bottom plate and place that into the front left housing. It's not asking for any glue or anything. This will go around like so that the open lip is with the skirt, and that should just press in with some force. Come on. Oh, there we go. Just want to force that in. That's a nice tight force, so it's definitely not going to need any glue to hold that in place. And then we need to take our left insignia and making sure the trim is up the right way, so the I and the G, and then push that in. And again, that's I suppose in theory you could push it out from behind, but it's not going to easily come out, so you're not going to need to worry about glue there either. And then we can push in and do the same on this one. So with our I and G, we have that nice, tight and fitted. That can go to one side. Then we move on to our right hip with part 62. So with part 62 we get a lot of the same bits we saw with previous assemblies. Interesting, the rubber washer is in a baggie this time. We get a bunch of other washers as well, which I don't know what they are going to be for. It looks like we might end up getting some of the bits for the saber-toothed tiger, maybe. So that will be mindful. I'm going to put that with that before I mess it up again. I can go like that. This is our PWB screws. There we go. And we get our pieces and some more bits and pieces. Right, so first up we need to take this piece and this piece. And they slot in together as before. And one. And two. This will connect into our hip assembly, like so. We need our skirt piece as before. We need to take our hip joint and, as before, fit our washer, and this will only go up one way, so make sure that is fit correctly. Yep. Take a screw, get the screw, awkwardly hold this, there we go, there we go, and then this will fit into here as before. So then we need to take this piece and assemble this into it. We can remember how it goes. Come on. There we go. There we go. Then we need 3 of our screws. One. No. This wants us to connect this to here first, that's why I'm messing up. Like that. There we go. Then we screw it in. I had a dyslexic moment there. I managed to read 2 sets of instructions at once. There we go. Three. Okay, then this comes on, so, and 2 more screws to hold it into place. Then once we've done these screws, it will be a case of fitting these 2 bits, and then we actually move back to the saber-tooth tiger. That's one. That presses in like so. comes in and covers the base here. There we go, that fits nice and snug. And then we move on to our saber-tooth tiger. So we will move the Tyrannosaurus out the way and bring in our saber-tooth tiger. So it wants us to make sure our legs are down, nice and flat. Paws can go up. Head is in place. So first up is we take these two pieces and slide these in and fit them around our joint here. So this will give it a little extra strength, which is a nice touch. Get this in correctly. This wants to go right down here, so there is a gap between the 2 points. Problem is there isn't the space to do one and then the other. So slide that in, that will go down as far as that. Then bring in this piece. There we go. Come on. There we go. That takes some finagling, but you get there in the end. That will be screwed together. That will screw in like that. Then insert the metal washer into the thin so we have one metal washer and we get 2 silicones, one of which I believe is a spare. These will fit over here and here, and then this will fit over here with this piece coming in like so. Yes, like so, and that makes no sense. And then we can probably get one So this is another couple of really awkward screw positions. One comes in at the bottom here, which isn't too bad. And then the other one is going to slide down there. So we're going to need my other screwdriver. And we're going to need a screw. And then here. There it is. And there we have there we go. And there we have our saber-tooth tiger pieces done. So this will obviously start the formation of the body. It feels a little loose at the moment. It's not as tight as some of the other parts. I'm assuming once we start getting the rest of the body on and things, it'll be a little better. But yeah, there we have it. I'm just going to move that for the time being. And there we have it. It looks like next we will be starting on the saber-tooth tiger body. So we are progressing very nicely. We are now officially over halfway. And we are starting to rapidly approach the end. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, stay safe and may the power protect you.